Recognizing and fostering young talent is something that IBM realizes instrumental to one of our core values, innovation. And so we really appreciate the work that City and State does, and we thank you all for being here and recognizing these rising stars.
So I want to thank everyone for coming tonight. I certainly appreciate the level of leadership represented in this room, and we look forward to working with all of you in the future.
We're thrilled for your achievements, congratulations, and lots of good luck in your futures.
Welcome back to City and State TV. I'm Morgan Peckma here with another one of our astronomically talented rising stars. Chapin Fay is Vice President of Public Affairs for Mercury Public Affairs. Chapin, congratulations on being one of our rising stars. What does it mean to you to get this recognition?
Thank you. Thank you for having me and throwing the party and recognizing me. It means a lot to me. You know, I've worked this business a long time, and you guys have done a phenomenal job, you know, of really being the go-to news source for the insiders and people who pay attention to this kind of stuff. And, you know, it's nice to be recognized.
You know, you are one of the rare breed of Republicans in this state. It's very lonely being a Republican in New York State politics. What keeps you going?
Well, you know, it's not lonely in places like Buffalo or, you know, some of the other places in New York, but south of 125th Street, it is a very lonely place to be a Republican. You know, I'm a campaign guy. What's most important to me is winning. You know, that's really what it boils down to in our business. But, you know, people who say they don't care about what they do in this business are lying to you. You know, what keeps me going is, you know, my beliefs. I've never worked for someone that I didn't believe was the better guy. And, you know, you just need to do what it takes to win. And in New York, sometimes that means, you know, talking about things a little different than my colleagues in Nebraska or Texas talk about.
And for someone who would be interested in getting involved in campaigns or campaign consulting, what would the advice be that you would offer?
Well, depending on their level, my first advice is always come in and offer to help. You know, campaigns, as you know, are a lot of times on a shoestring budget. Budget is the biggest concern. And when someone says they want to come in and help, that makes a very big impression on people. And if you spend literally just a week helping stuff envelopes, that's what I do. You know, I've managed races, and when a big project needs, you know, a lot of envelopes need to be stuffed, I sit there and I help. And if you are there doing that, you'll find a job, you'll demonstrate that you're willing to do what it takes to help win, which is what which is what's important. And that's really all it takes. Find someone that matches your ideals and go offer to help them, and they'll take the help, and they will be your fan for the rest of their lives and careers.
And you've worked at both the local level of campaigns, and you work for Governor Pataki. Is there a difference between working? I mean, is it useful experience to start with a city council race or a town councilor race, or do you think that it's just as valuable to start with on the gubernatorial level?
Well, I think that anywhere that you can get your foot in the door is useful. And, you know, all politics is local, right? Governor Pataki, that was really my first experience, and it was a very lucky experience. It was a $40 million gubernatorial race with an incumbent governor in New York. But, you know, he still was marching in parades and outrunning me at those parades when I was 22 years old. And, you know, so seeing what people care about, the voters care about, and knowing the voter is the most valuable experience you can get in this, because sometimes people forget, but no matter where you are in the campaign organization chart, you can't ever lose sight of this is about people and what they care about. And regardless of what Governor Pataki cares about, if he didn't care about what the actual voter cared about, he wouldn't have been a three-term governor. So, you know, starting at a local race is just as good an experience as starting at the top.
Well, Chapin Fay, that is a fantastic elephant tie that you're wearing this evening.
I had to.
Yeah, you got to represent, right?
Yes.
Congratulations on being one of our rising stars. Very well deserved. Enjoy the evening.